Hi, welcome back. We're looking at the essay on the subject who is finally in question. It begins on page 189 of Marie-Curie, and I think the hint as to what we're getting at comes on page 192, the third full paragraph beginning, "How then can we?" Let's start there. How then can we account for the obvious misunderstandings that abound in the conceptualizations in vogue in established circles? Okay, don't get caught up in the fancy words. We're looking for a misunderstanding here that Lacan is supposedly going to address. Regardless of how their creations are slapped together from the supposed feelings of unity, there's a clue, unity, where at the height of the treatment, the bliss that we are led to believe inaugurates libidinal development is found anew, to the much ballyhooed miracles obtained by reaching genital maturity, with its sublime ability to join in all regressions, this blissful joining resulting in unity. In all of this, and note, the past 5 lines have all been in between M dashes here. So there's a big hyphen and there's a long expression, and then we come to the end of the hyphenated clause here after regressions. So if we were to read this sentence without the big inserted M dash phrase, it would read, regardless of how their creations are slapped together, we can recognize in them the mirage which is not even debated, the completeness of the subject. So what I've done here is I've looked at this paragraph and I've taken the second sentence and removed the middle clause, which is quite wordy and detailed, profound but also detailed, and just read the sentence without it. Regardless of how their creations are slapped together, folks who occupy these established circles, we can recognize in them the mirage which is not even debated, the completeness of the subject. People even formally take such completeness as a goal, which should in theory be reachable even if in practice infirmity, attributable to the technique or to the aftermath of the patient's history, requires that it remain an overly distant ideal. The key phrase here is the completeness of the subject. This is the great mirage, which is to say fantasy, which is to say misunderstanding, that Lacan believes much psychoanalytic theory and technique is relying upon. This hope that the end of analysis, the goal of analysis, is the completeness of the subject, completeness as a goal here. He does not believe that that is the case. Good analysis does not end in the completing of a subject. Quite the contrary. Nor was the subject complete before whatever ailment or maladaptive trait sent them in for analysis. It's not that we were all complete as babies and then society shattered us and then somehow we're going back to therapy in order to become whole again. That is not the case. Completeness fantasies are just those, fantasies.